Y'all, you know my love language is gifts. I love to find the perfect gift for somebody that they wouldn't necessarily get for themselves. For holidays this year, I'm getting my sisters-in-law cashmere cotton throws from Quince. Quince is my go-to for affordable, beautiful, wonderful, very, very thoughtful gifts. You guys, they have everything. They've got 14 karat gold jewelry. They've got those Mongolian cashmere sweaters. You guys, think about getting somebody a Mongolian cashmere sweater for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. Their mind will be blown. And these sweaters start at $50. And again, they've also got these Italian leather handbags, these European linen sheet sets. They have so many amazing things. You know, Quince is on the nice list because they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. So that's why, you know, it feels like luxury in every piece. Gift luxury this holiday season without the luxury price tag. Go to quince.com/pinkshade for 365-day returns and free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/pinkshade to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade. And at the end, they'll say, how did you hear about us? Click podcast and click Pink Shade. Thanks. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. It's Mugshot Monday. You guys, it's Christmas. It's coming. It's creeping up on us. It's creeping up on us. And how are you feeling? I'm not prepared. I'm 90% prepared.
Then you're way ahead of me. I am like 60% prepared. I still got a lot of more shit to buy.
But everybody in your family is local, right?
Yes.
Okay. So at least you've got that.
I don't have to mail anything.
Yeah, with us, I've got to mail to, you know, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Indiana. I've just got like a lot of that going on. So I've got to get everything to the post office on today, Monday the 16th, or it's not going to make it. And so I've just been frantically getting these boxes together of gifts. And then my husband's sick and he kind of shuffles in like, can I help? I'm like, get out of here. Don't get me sick. Get out of here. Oh my God. So at least your people are local. So you've got that going.
They are local. Yes. I do this every year. Every year I'm like, I'm going to start early. And I literally start around the same time every single year.
Do you do presents for every single person though? Because a lot of people like, oh, we just do the adults, or once they hit college, we don't. How do you do that?
So normally we do, but on my mom's children and grandchildren's side, the adults, we decided for the adults, we're going to pull names this year.
Okay, good.
Which are like, that's a huge, because I get like my brother's gifts, their significant others' gifts. And I mean, it's a lot and it starts to add up and just, you know, so we actually pulled names this year, which great. But of course the kids get stuff, and I still get my mom something, my dad something.
Yeah, of course.
The in-laws, but it's mostly Skylar's still in the range. She still gets gifts from other people, but of course we buy all of her Christmas stuff as well. And same with my stepson. So yeah, so it's just a little bit easier this year. But then I have a niece. Like my nephew turned a year at the end of November, so it's like Christmas gift, birthday gift. My niece's birthday is the 18th of December, so it's like, yeah.
We have a brother-in-law birthday that I think is tomorrow. I haven't done anything about that. I'll have to just email him a gift card. I'm just like, this is all I can do. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I do start early, and like, I do have things like bought in advance and stuff. But then I start to like, with the two kids, you know, I'm always like measuring like, okay, this one has seven presents and 2 are good. And the rest are just like filler. And then the other one only has 1, but in my mind, the price is the same, but they don't know that. And you're just like,
that's how I feel with the kids, like, because I'm like,
the little kids.
Parents going to be counting like this kid. Because let me tell you, those motherfuckers are like that, especially the 2 moms. They will literally count, go that one. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, stop.
I'm always, Yeah. I mean, Christmas is, I sent Dave last night on Instagram. It was a Leanne Morgan comedy bit she does about, run around tearing her hair out around Christmas, and people just sort of flit in and out going, do you need help with anything? You're like, well, it's December 24th. So I think we're good, but thanks. And so I guess he like got onto the kids because today they were like trying to be super helpful.
Okay. That's, yeah. I just want everyone to stay out of my way.
Can I help you? I'm like, you getting out of this room and not speaking
helps
to me
a lot.
Is helpful.
Yeah, because I get into the zone and James is like always wants to be, Mr. Helper. I'm like, stop. You're of no help. All you're doing is asking me questions and like you're in the way. Let me do this. I do it every year.
Yeah. And it all comes together.
I said every year it all comes together and I don't go over budget. So there you go. I'm a freaking magician every single. And this is my least favorite holiday.
Well, I'm proud of you for having a budget because no budget over here, just whatever. And then in January, you're like, things are rough.
There's a budget.
Oh, okay.
He thinks there's a budget. I let him think there's a budget.
Okay. I like that.
I don't pay attention to that shit. But then it's always a little bit January. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, we don't need
January gets a little weekend. Yeah, January gets a little stressful.
I think that's everyone right there. Then we have Skylar's graduation and just all this shit. It's just like, oh,
yeah, I saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And did you say she's taking a year off and then she's going to go get a master's? Or is she going right into getting a master's?
So she finished this summer. She's been working.
Right.
She absolutely hates this job, like with a passion. And she's going to go back in the fall to start her master's. So just get it done. Yeah. Like, get it done. Get it done. Get it done.
I can't imagine like taking a break from school and then wanting to go back. I'd be like, you may as well just keep it rolling and do, while you're in the practice. She learned the real world's not so fun, huh?
Yeah. She liked this job and it's been so hard because this manager is really, really mean to her, but I think he's mean to everyone. So she's wanting to quit. She's wanted to quit a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I really want to say, quit that job. Fuck that job. Fuck him. Fuck everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, you don't quit a job until you have another job. There's people there depending on you. You've got you don't let him steal your thunder. This, and that. And she has just working me behind the scenes. But Mom, I'm so stressed out. My blood pressure's up. Like, how do you know your blood pressure's up?
Because that's what the shit they say.
Like, you have not. She got blood pressure's up. My anxiety's up. I'm like, I'm still stuck on the blood pressure part. Like, how do you know that your blood pressure is up? I'm not saying that it's not, but did you actually like physically check it? And
yeah,
but I have stuck to my guns and it has been very hard, challenging for me, but
yeah, but she's going to go.
And then the manager got fired.
Good. See?
And we told her, you know what? If he's really acting like this, they're going to catch wind and watch. He may not be there. Last week, she texted me. He got fired.
Good. Okay, good. See? Also, well, that ends well. It's a Christmas miracle.
That's right.
Well, while we're talking about Christmas presents, I want to tell you about something I'm very seriously looking into, and it is Sono Bello.
Oh,
okay. So it's lipo. It's LAL. It's laser assisted lipo. That's what they call it. Okay. And so I've been looking at these before and afters. And I was telling you before we started, I was like, you need to go and check out those before and afters because you're like, okay, that before picture definitely looks like me.
Right.
And I would like to look like that after picture.
Exactly. And I want to get my belly done.
Yeah, I do too. So, lipo doesn't have to be a bad word. I mean, I think that a lot of times like lipo, and it also seems like maybe like an old timey thing, but it's not an old timey thing. People still do it all the time. They do their whole body, but this is LAL, laser assisted lipo, and it's pretty incredible. But Sono Bello right now is offering a friends and family holiday saving event, so everybody can get the friends and family. Now I assume this means like if you work there or like your sister works there, that you get a deal. But so what they're doing is giving that deal to everybody, all the customers. So you get the same price that the friends and family pay, but appointments are limited. So you have to, try to get in. So you could go to their website and find one near you. And I've seen them places. I'm like, should I go in there? Should I go in there?
We see the billboards all the time. And I'm like, I love that. I need that.
I know. The before and
Yeah.
afters, you're like, I look like that. I look like that. So, Sonobella doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal. It's a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently. So you could do it on your problem area. So for a lot of people, it's your tummy or it's your love handles. Some people will have it on their thighs. I've got one
Yes.
thigh that's fatter than the other.
No.
I do. It's always been that way. It's really weird. It's my right thigh is fatter than my left thigh.
Are you the only person who notices that though? Like, is it just you?
No, I had some mean boys pointed out one time in high school, and I probably weighed, I probably weighed 100 pounds, but it was still noticeable, even though when I was like super skinny in high school. But yeah, but it's okay. But that's why I can't ever wear side zip pants because it's uneven.
That's just because you're going to work out.
That's true. So you go and it's one visit. You go and get this done and they keep you comfortable during the visit, and you got to eat healthy. You got to do your workouts. You still have to do all that. Like there's no magic wand to replace that. But if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, you're going to check out sonobello.com. So save big during Sonobella's Friends and Family Fall Savings Event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/pink shade. That way we will get credit for sending you there. And when I log on to make an appointment, which by the way, my husband says he wants to go too, it's sonobello.com/pink shade. And then that way they will know that we sent you. So thanks to Sonobello for sponsoring this podcast.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's exciting.
I know. Listen, I really gotta get on that. Like, I'm not even kidding. 2025 is going to be my year. Probably said that in 2024, but
I have said it the last year for the last 25 years.
Oh,
and maybe this is going to be my big one.
Maybe
coming up here. Maybe
it's going to be.
Maybe.
Listen,
I hope so.
Like I've always said, I'm not going down like that. I gotta keep it tight and right.
That's right.
All right. We have a new season here. It is Love During Lockup. Season 55. No, season 5F. I don't know why I said 55 because there's so many fives. It's season 5F.
It could be.
Season 5F. Can you believe they didn't switch it to season 6? It's all new people.
Yes, I can. No, I actually can. Logically, they should have switched it up to a new season, but we have been riding this Matt Sharp train for a while now. And he just don't care about the seasons. He don't care about seasons, episodes. All he cares about is the name of the episode. That's it.
It's crazy. So season 5F, episode 51. Okay. So I disagree with this. I think it should be season 6, episode 1, but nobody asked me. All right. We're going to start with Tia and Rob. It's okay. Tia and Rob. So Tia is in Bayshore, New York. She is 32 years old. She is a medical records supervisor. And Rob is also 32 years old. And he is in for first-degree robbery and credit card fraud. Okay. So we get their picture on the screen immediately. I love her immediately. I mean, other than being dumb and dating a prisoner, I loved her immediately.
Well, I kept getting confused because she looks like a totally different person when she has on makeup and when she doesn't have on makeup.
She does look very different.
Makeup, she looks 30. Without makeup, she looks 55. I was kind of like, wait a minute, what is going on? Like, I mean, it is a drastic difference.
It is. You're right.
Yeah. I like her spunk. I like that she recognizes her thickness. And, I'm all about that.
Yeah, I liked her. So we open and Rob is calling Tia on the phone and they chat and, about all the sex they're going to have. And he says, I'm fuck you right through the wall.
I mean, how do you do that?
And she's like, not the wall, huh?
Yeah. Like, who's going to replace the wall? Like, am I going to be stuck in the wall? Or are we going to have to call the fire department to come help me get out of the wall? Like, but it sounds good, but we need to go through the steps and the what ifs before we do this.
Logistically, how's that going to work?
Yeah.
Right.
I need to know.
Yeah. So she says she's plus size, big personality, big career, big woman, big ass titties, big ass booty. And she goes, my ankle's kind of big too, but that's okay.
Cankles.
She has cankles and that's okay. I thought that was funny. I mean, I thought that
was funny.
And it looks like she got a nursing degree because they show a pic. And she's in administration now with medical services supervisor. So she does have a career and a good job.
And it sounds like she probably makes a pretty good living too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she says, Rob is my man, my man, my man, my man. Rob is my man. Oh my God.
Oh boy. That as soon as they say my man more than twice, we know we're in trouble.
My man.
It's not. Yeah.
They have a twin flame connection. He is her divine counterpart. They have this
really.
That's they have extreme sexual chemistry, and she explains how she met him is because her cousin. It gets confusing. Her cousin is married to Rob's sister. Rob's sister's name is Keisha. Keisha introduced her to Rob. Okay. Now don't get confused now, because later up we're going to have Toya, and then we got Toya.
It's a lot of
Tia and Keisha.
And they all look like they could be related.
And I was confused.
It was very confusing.
So the talking head, he says, I've been in prison. I haven't been sexually active in 8 years. So I don't know what's going to happen when I see her. I'm going to turn into an animal. And he is, wolf. He's built and he's good looking.
Yep.
He also says he was very lucky to grow up in a 2-parent household where there was a lot of love in the house, but not a lot of money. So when he was 14, he was selling drugs and stealing cars, taking them to the chop shop. And he was 24. So we don't know if he was arrested between that 14 and 24, or if this was the first time. But when he got arrested, when he was 24, he was arrested for robbery in the first degree. And he's serving 10 years, and he's serving 8.5 of the 10. He's ready to go out, be a productive member of society, leave that life behind. And then the producer asked, what's on your neck? He has a scar. And he said he had to have a surgery for a hyperactive thyroid. And he was like, yeah, nobody stabbed me with any violence, is what he said. But he wants to have cosmetic surgery to get that scar off.
He is too good looking. He looks like he's got a lot of dog in him. Looks like he's got a lot of dog in him. He's saying all the right words.
Yeah.
They always do. He is pretty good with the prison talk. Just Tia, we are worried about you, girl.
I'm worried about her because I just really liked her right away. I was like, she's fun. I like her. Now, she may end up being completely crazy, but she's fun. I liked her right away.
I do too, and which makes this even worse.
Yeah. So then on their phone call, she's like, what are you looking forward to? He goes, well, I'm, excited about our life together. She's like, you're so sweet. And he says he wants to, get with some strippers right away though. And she's like, what? And he goes, are you going to come with me? You going to sit at home? Or are you going to sit at home and I'll just go with my homeboys? And she was like, all right, now when's the strippers happening? And he goes, well, the week I come home, probably. And he says, on the first day, I want my family to come over and cook and have a big family reunion. And she says, we're going to be fucking all over the house. So you said for the first 2 days, it's going to be just me and you. So now you want the family to come over?
Well, he hasn't seen his family. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with him wanting to see his family. And you could still do all the wall fucking that you still want to do, before they come, after they leave, all of that. I am concerned about the strippers because, for one, she's saying this is okay.
Yeah. She's trying to be the cool girl, Keisha. She's trying to be the cool girl.
The cool girl would say, you know what? You have been a dog on a chain. I'm going to let you loose. What happens when a dog is let loose? They run around. They piss on shit. They shit on shit. They fuck every dog that they want to see. They see strippers. They smoke weed. They become full werewolves. So you want the man after he's done with the transformation and he comes back to being a man. She's messing up. He has let her know already with the strippers that he's ready to be wild. And she's the Keisha plan. They just, I'm going to start selling it on those prison websites. I'm going to say, here's the Keisha package right here. Right here.
Keisha, that is such a good idea to sell ads. Like when you log into Data Inmate, it probably has ads over here for different things. Shower shoes, ramen noodles, right under that Keisha plan.
I think so too. Now look, I'm going to put my face on there. I don't need prisoners trying to contact me to be their sugar mamas or anything like that. I am trying to help the women because they just set themselves up for disappointment every single time.
Yeah, these guys need to go out and let it loose.
They do. Let them howl at the moon.
So she says, on all right. Well, I thought, and he goes, listen, you can, I know you're like desperate for this big D. I know you are, but we can do both. Like the people can come over and then we can fuck all over the house.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm probably going to go see some strippers and never come home again, but whatever.
At least for 5 days. She ain't going to see nor hear from them.
So now Tia goes to meet with her favorite cousin. Toya is her favorite cousin. Now, Toya is a cousin who is married to Tisha, and Tisha is Rob's sister. Tisha is, in fact, mute. She does not say. She does. No, I'm just saying.
I thought like she actually was diagnosed with muteness. I was like, wait, where?
No, I'm just saying she's mute. She never says one word.
I was like, I missed that part where they like said that this woman was actually really mute. I'm like, how did I miss that?
No, she just literally says nothing. And like Tisha speaks for her, Okay. She's like, even she thinks. I was like, why can't she speak?
Because I guess Tisha already knows everything because she looked through her deck of cards. So, right. She doesn't feel the need to say anything. So,
yeah. How long did it take her to set that up on that pier? Like, what are we doing? Are we having public tarot readings now? Why go to our house?
There was probably a sign out there that said tarot card readings today from 4 to 6 p.m., $25 a reading.
Yeah,
so
it's a public park. Don't tell anybody.
I know.
Okay. So, Toya starts the tarot reading and blah, 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 tarot reading. The card means this, blah, blah, blah. So Tia tells us in the past, she was in a very abusive relationship, a physically abusive relationship. And she was to the point where she had bones broken and we saw a terrible picture of her foot. And she says, one day I realized I had to go and she cries. So we don't get any other information about what exactly happened for her to flee the situation. Obviously the whole situation is extremely traumatizing. And she goes, and I definitely never wanted to get into a relationship, but everything in me was telling me just to give this guy a chance, but if this doesn't work out, like I'll never be in a relationship again. I was like, well, don't never say never, but it's not going to work out.
It's not going to work out. And here's the thing about it is that I have noticed that people come out of these bad relationships and they, for whatever reason, think that it is a safe space for them to date someone who's in prison because they lack all the access to be able to hurt them.
Yeah.
Until they come home from prison.
Until they come home.
Yeah.
So, Toya says, my mother-in-law, which of course will be Rob and Tisha's mother, has been coming to me for a few days now. And Tia tells us that Rob's mom died a long time ago. So
that threw me. I was like, I'm really thinking this woman has been calling her on the phone. Well, I really think this, and then she said the mom was dead. So not only is she a tarot card reader, she is a medium as well.
Yeah, she had said she's a psychic, and so now she's a psychic, medium, tarot card reader. She's everything. She does it all.
She's all the things. Okay.
Yeah, she does it all. Now, if she's an astrologer, then she's got a 4-way business. She's good to go. Yeah.
She just does it all outside.
Palm reader.
Close with her nature. Yeah.
All the things. So Rob's mom really wants you to know that she's there for you. And it's time, for him to find a good woman and settle down, basically. And Toya goes, but when he gets out, things are going to move quickly. And it might be within a month that he wants to move in with you. And she goes, yeah, technically, I don't know where he's staying. And Toya and Tisha, the married couple, say, well, we do know the young lady that he's staying with. It's a family friend. We do know her. And Tia's like,
wait, what now?
Excuse me? A family friend? Huh?
Female?
Oh. She says, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And now, if you talk to this man as much as you say, and he's your man, why don't you know where he's living?
That's a pretty important question to ask.
Because we do see that he gets out this season. Like nobody else is getting out. He's getting out.
Oh boy, this is bad.
Which means they'll be on the next season. So Toya says, what I'm seeing here with the cards is you have to find a way to keep this communication open. And I'm really seeing it more on your end than his end. Well, it seems not, because he hadn't told her where he's living.
Yeah, that's a lack of communication right there.
But another reason I think Tisha was so dead quiet, because she's like, my brother is a dog. And I wish that we would have never looped in Toya's favorite cousin, Tia. And I also wish we didn't all start with the T.I. in our names, because it's rough.
Yeah, that's really, really confusing. And Tia, your cousin is really not your friend, because she would not be hooking you up with a fucking prisoner. Like, I hate when they say, oh, my friend, like, that is not your friend, because your friend would try to help you get on Match.com or ChristianMingles.com or something like that. Not Prisoners or Us. Like, no.
Dateaprisoner.com.
Yeah.
So in the talking head, Rob says, yeah, I'm going to be paroling to Brooklyn. You know, we didn't know each other well enough for me just to move in with her.
That's smart.
That's smart.
That was smart. Yeah.
He says, but I haven't exposed to her my entire living situation because I don't think she's going to wholeheartedly approve of it. She's going to be upset. So she doesn't need to know right now. And talking to Ed, she says, things are starting to not make sense, and that worries me. And if he's playing me, it'll break my heart. Well, I think he is.
And the only way that it's okay for him to be living with this lady is if that lady is like 105 years old. Then it would be cool.
We said young lady. So, yeah. Y'all, the most known secret with celebrities and influencers, so many of them have had liposuction. It's lipo. Whether it's a small touch-up or a total makeover, nobody has a perfect body, you guys. Nobody. But lipo has changed a lot, and Sono Bello has been at the forefront using their LAL technology and getting these beautiful natural outcomes for each person. LAL is laser-assisted lipo, and the results are incredible. I have been on Sono Bello's website looking at the results, and I'm encouraged, and I'm going to make an appointment for a consultation. And right now, our friends at Sono Bello are offering you their best deal. You're now included in their Friends and Family Holiday Savings event. You're going to get the same price that Friends and Family get at Sono Bello. Their doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal. It's a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently. Whatever is your problem area, your tummy, your love handles, your thighs, your arms, they can do it all. And it's all gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great, and keep doing that. But if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. Save big during Sono Bello's Friends and Family Fall Savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/pinkshade. Okay? sonobello.com/pinkshade, sonobello.com/pinkshade, and go schedule your free consultation and get on that Friends and Family deal. Y'all, you know my love language is gifts. I love to find the perfect gift for somebody that they wouldn't necessarily get for themselves. For holidays this year, I'm getting my sisters-in-law cashmere cotton throws from Quince. Quince is my go-to for affordable, beautiful, wonderful, very, very thoughtful gifts. You guys, they have everything. They've got 14 karat gold jewelry. They've got those Mongolian cashmere sweaters. You guys, think about getting somebody a Mongolian cashmere sweater for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. Their mind will be blown. And these sweaters start at $50. And again, they've also got these Italian leather handbags, these European linen sheet sets. They have so many amazing things. You know, Quince is on the nice list because they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. So that's why, you know, it feels like luxury in every piece. Gift luxury this holiday season without the luxury price tag. Go to quince.com/pinkshade for 365-day returns and free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/pinkshade to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade. And at the end, they'll say, how did you hear about us? Click podcast and click Pink Shade. Thanks. All right, let's move on to Savannah and Bradley. Bradley is Bradly. Where's the E in the LEY, Bradley? It's got one letter missing.
Aren't they in the South?
Well, they are in the Richmond, Virginia area. I've got lots of geographical information coming up.
I bet you do. The only thing with that is that you always have all the info, and then when something's here in Texas, I'm like, I don't know. And everyone's kind of like I'm not Mary Van Gilbert. I don't know. So even while we were talking, I was like, let me see how far places is in Texas that we're going to talk about later from where I am. So at least I look like I tried.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I looked this up. I mean, I don't know it unless it's Alexandria next door to my dentist's office. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
So we meet Savannah. So Savannah is a cart girl at a local country club. So of course now I'm just dying to figure out which country club it is, see if I know anybody that belongs there and has seen this tattooed nose ringed cart girl.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, to me, that does not appear to be the type of person who would be working at a country club. Not to mention, I think she was vaping. I saw smoke.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like a cart girl that I've seen. They usually look like, girls in college or whatever that are,
Yeah.
pretty cute and they're trying to get those tips and they're wearing their short, yeah.
She's got the cute part, but everything else a little bit trashy.
Let me give you a funny cart girl story. There was a college graduate that was a cart girl at the country club where we belonged to. And everybody thought she was like so cute and everything. And she was so great. She ended up starting to date not like a member, but somebody that had come to play golf with a member. Okay. So I think she was like not asked to come back. It turns out she, the next year, was like the 5th grade teacher at the kids' school.
No.
Yes. And so she wasn't John's teacher, but she was my friend Mary's daughter's Kate's teacher. They loved her. But it was so funny because when they went to back to school night, Mary and Chris, the parents went to back to school night, and Chris is like, don't I know you? Aren't you the cart girl from the country club? And you got fired because you were like hooking up with this guy? She ended up marrying that guy and quit being.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, so that it all worked out the way that it should have.
But she's just like young and blonde and cute and, like very elementary school teacher vibes. That's usually what you see.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this does not fit the mold of what a country club worker, especially the snake tattoo.
Right.
I'm like, how did she get the job?
It's questionable. So, and then she's just like, I'm just going to bring my friend with me to work. I'm like, I don't think you could do that.
Too.
So,
like, okay.
I'm going to research this country club. Don't worry. So, Savannah is a cart girl. Her friend Maddie is with her on the course. So, Bradley, her man, 28, in prison for transportation of a firearm, calls her and she goes, "Oh, how you doing? I haven't even looked to see when you're bitch. 20 days till you're released, bitch." I was like, "What? Why are we?" She's constantly calling him bitch.
I mean, so when they were showing like the commercials for like the upcoming season and some of the things, I get that. I seriously thought she was talking to her friend who was there when she's like, "Bitch, we've got 20." No, she's talking to her boyfriend.
She's talking to him, bitch. Bitch. So she goes, "You know what I want? I want you to get my name tattooed on your dick because he's run out of space unless he goes to the face. He's fully to the fingers, up to the neck, everything. He's covered."
Okay, but Mary Payne, you know me. You know me and all the thoughts that I had when she said that. I'm like, okay, how do we do this? Does the person have to have a heart on to put the name on like that? Or do you put it on when it's soft? Because then if you put it on when it's soft and then when it gets hard, it's not going to say the name right. It's not going to look okay. So like, do you numb it a little bit? Like a lot was going through my head.
If anybody,
way too much.
If anybody knows anybody with a tattooed penis, let us know how that happens.
Yeah. I have extreme questions, and I feel like I really need to know before life can go on.
Okay, all right, everybody. Like Keisha can't get through Christmas without knowing this information.
I need this. Please DM me, please.
So he goes, "You need to get off that idea," and she goes, "No," and he goes, "No, you need to get off that idea and get on a new idea," because obviously she's been saying this probably for a couple of weeks. He's like, get a new idea. So the talking head, first of all, I find her to be really pretty.
She is. She's
really pretty. She says, I'm a work in progress and I like to talk all the time. I just like to talk all the time. And, Bradley is my best friend. We started dating 2 years ago after he was incarcerated, but we'd known each other for 5 or 6 years before that.
Okay.
So, all right. So she lives in Richmond, but I peeped on her mom's Facebook because when people are close to me, I like to see if we have friends in common.
Okay.
And we don't have any friends in common, but I did find her. And she is like very well-known in advance and has won a lot of awards, like as a prison advocate, the mom.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
And she looks, really cute. She does on girls trips and stuff. So I was like, she's probably like my age. So she lives in Richmond. The mom's Facebook says they live in Powhatan, which is 40 minutes from Richmond. And I think that's where that house is. Okay. A house like that in Richmond proper would be $10 million.
It's a lot of house, and
It's a
it's a
lot of house.
very nice colonial style
Yeah.
house.
So it's out. It's out in Powhatan, 40
Okay.
minutes away. So he's in Coffeewood Correctional Center, which is in
Mhm.
Mitchellsville, Virginia. Richmond is a half hour and a half from Mitchellsville. Powhatan is also an hour and a half from Mitchellsville. So there is your
Okay.
geography corner. Okay. He says he was charged with the transportation of a firearm and sentenced to 2.5 years of prison. But we see his charges, and they
There's a
are
lot more.
they're I don't know why they just say, maybe because all these charges were dropped and they only send him to prison. They go and they like plea it down or whatever.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, why did they skip over so many and only highlight like a couple of them?
Yeah, because this is a lot. His charges are possession and transportation of a firearm, sale and distribution of marijuana, possession of marijuana, assault and battery.
Mm-hmm.
Of who?
That's pretty important. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
want to know. Never mind the whole weed thing. I can get past that. But that assault thing, we got to talk about that.
Assault and battery of who? Eluding police and fleeing from law enforcement.
That's pretty big.
Richmond Circuit
Yeah.
Court. Okay. God, I wish I could like pull it up in the Richmond Circuit Court and get where they like describe what happened. I love to read that kind of stuff.
I feel like if it were not during the Christmas holidays, you would fully do that. But you're far too busy to do it now.
I don't think I have time, but maybe in the next couple of weeks I will. So maybe I'll just go to Reddit and somebody will tell me.
That's true too.
So she's talking to him on the phone and she's like, if you didn't go to prison and I didn't go to rehab, we wouldn't even be here together. We wouldn't even be a thing. He's like, yeah, I know. That's great. So you're talking
Twin flames. Twin flames.
Twin flames. No, she doesn't say that. That's good.
I know.
So the talking head, she talks about her descent into addiction. She says, growing up, she was a pretty princess. We see her giant home.
Right.
She says, literally, I never felt a lack of anything. And when I was 19, I met a guy. He had a kid. He was a recovering addict. And I really loved the little girl. And we were together for 4 years. But every 3 months, like clockwork, he would relapse. And there were days where he didn't come home for days. And, I stood by him for 4 years. So this was between age 19 and 23, it seems.
Yeah.
But then one night we got in a fight and the next day he was gone and took his daughter. And she cries and says it wasn't the breakup that caused the trauma. It was waking up one day and not being a mother anymore. Which is devastating because it sounds like she was fully like raising that kid. He sounds like probably 1 month out of 3, he was clean and sober and then he would fuck up, And
I'm sure she was worried sick about the child because she knew how bad of a parent
he was. So if he left with the kid, then now how's the kid doing?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's sad.
Maybe the kid will see her on TV and like reach out.
We would love that.
I'd love a good story like that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So then she got on cocaine and Adderall. And then she says, and my friend Methany, which that's a new one.
I was like, what? Yeah. Huh? Like, meth. Is that new?
That's
it. Oh, it's meth. It's like she gave meth a girl name.
Yeah, that was her friend Methany. I was like, all right. Okay. She's funny. She says, I caused a lot of pain and a lot of hurt to people. But, God turned me into the person I am today. And I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. I've been clean for 2 years, but, I'll always be a drug addict. So she's obviously working some sort of program where she knows to not be like, I'm fine, to know that like it's always there, And
it looks like her mom, has the resources to be able to afford for her to go to a good rehab and therapy, since she's been out of rehab too. So she's got that advantage.
Or it's the grandma, but somebody somewhere had got a shit ton of money. Somebody got money.
And it sounds like it's old money.
Sounds like it's old money. And the furnishings in the house look like that's definitely grandma's house they're living in. But she had like her own suite up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, shit, I wouldn't move either. I'd like to.
For what?
For what? Like she had her own like bathroom suite and it looked really nice.
And mom was down there making tacos. I mean, that's good living to me.
So she's talking to Maddie and Maddie says, it's weird. Have you guys ever even been together when you're sober? And she goes, no, I don't think so. And she goes, it's something to think about. Like you don't want to, worry about your own sobriety, whatever. And the talking head, he goes, look, I'm fully supportive of her and her pro sober second chance mojo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm supportive of her and her pro-sober second chance mojo she's got going on, but I don't want her to push that on me. I don't want her to push those morals on me. So that's cool.
Yeah, he full on has plans to hook up with Methany as soon as he gets out of prison.
Well, I don't know. Listen, whatever. He was a weed dealer and he did aggravated battery and assault on somebody and eluded the police. So he's no angel.
He's a hell's angel. He's no angel.
So she goes home. This is where we meet her mom. Her mom's name is Chenoa. Chenoa?
Yeah, and Chenoa had all the bangs.
Chenoa looks, I like, listen, you and I, we enjoy a bang. We enjoy a bang.
Oh, yeah, I love a bang. But that was a lot of bang right there.
A lot of bangs. And when I looked up Chenoa, Richmond, Virginia, lots of people came up named Chenoa. I've never even heard this name in my life. Yeah. Never heard it in my life.
To me, it almost sounded, and I'm probably completely wrong, a little bit Native American to me for some odd reason. Okay.
It did to me as well. It did to me as well.
Okay.
So she was like, yeah, I live in this big Southern mansion. It's like literally my grandmother, did it after Thomas Jefferson's house, Monticello. That's why there's the columns and whatever. And it's pretty sweet. Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't have a pool. So we got to work on that. Girl, get a job. That's not being a cart girl. Right? And you can help work on that.
Right.
So Bradley calls and she's like up and down the stairs. She's trying to change. And mom's like, bring Bradley down here. Like, I need you to help me with dinner. So she doesn't help, by the way.
Not at all.
Mom says, so are you two going to be going to like couples counseling? And he goes, what? And she goes, you're not very nice to each other. And she goes, why do you think we're toxic? And she says, well, he calls, it says, fuck you, motherfucker, and hangs up on you. And then calls back 5 minutes later. He laughs. He goes, I do that.
I do that too, Bradley. That sounded real familiar to me. I was like, oh, well, I kind of do that too.
In the talking head, she says, my mom has concerns about me getting back on drugs. And those concerns are valid because Bradley was my weed dealer. But now we're just best friends. So I think all those charges he have come from him being like a big time weed dealer. You can, because possession of marijuana in 2022 is not going to get you 2.5 years in prison.
No, that's not. You just got caught with 2 blunts.
No, this is pounds
distribution. Yeah.
So the talking head, Chenoa tells us, God, please, the Lord help me if I'm not saying that right. Somebody correct me. She says she does advocacy work for people in the Virginia prison system, and she knows what goes on in there. And she has no idea if you stay sober in prison. It's very easy to get anything you want. And she says, my biggest fear, of course, is for a relapse, for my daughter.
Right. Yeah.
So she tells Savannah, she says, I believe people can change, but I don't know what he's been doing in there. And Savannah goes, well, we have been together for 2 years. So really now's not the time to be bringing this up. And mom laughs and goes, okay, so my approach was bad, but, I'm just scared. I have to just be honest. Yeah. I'm scared. She said, I was the one who got those phone calls and I'm the one who didn't know if my child would live to see the next day.
Isn't she an only child too?
Yeah, I think she did say she was an only child.
I think she is an only child. So that makes it even scarier.
Yeah. Yeah. And she says, I didn't know. I don't know if she's the one that says she's an only child or is this next person, Crystal said she was an only child. But I don't.
That's
maybe
true.
We don't know.
Both could be true.
Both could be true.
Or one could be wrong. We'll see.
Okay. And Savannah says, I understand. I understand that you feel that way. And you definitely have, the rights to those feelings. And she says, but you don't have to trust Bradley. You just have to trust me, which is also really hard when you've been with somebody through addiction and she's only 2 years sober. And as the mom, so it's probably hard, it's hard for her to trust her. I get it.
And Bradley has already let us know he's not trying to hear about no sober living and 12 steps or any kind of shit like that at all.
He didn't want those morals pushed on him, Keisha.
And I can't say he's going to be very supportive of her while she's still going through it.
Yeah. I don't see it going anywhere good. I don't.
Probably not. But maybe he'll fuck her through the wall.
Good God. Lipo used to be such a bad word, and we're all supposed to just love every part of our body. You guys, that's BS. You deserve to get the body you want. I've had 2 kids. Getting your body back is really hard, and I get it because you can exercise and eat right and do everything, but you gain weight and you lose weight, and sometimes you have those stubborn pockets of fat. That's why you guys need to listen to me about Sono Bello and their laser assisted lipo. Sonobella doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal. It's a technique that removes stubborn fat permanently. Whatever is your problem area, like it could be your tummy, your love handles, your thighs, your arms, wherever it is, your underarm pit area, everybody's got an area that they want to have a little work on. And you could go and get it removed in one comfortable visit at Sonovello. And right now they're offering the best deal of the year. You're now included in their friends and family holiday savings event. That's right. You're going to pay the same price that Sonobello family and friends pay, but the appointments are limited, so you need to get on it. You guys go to their website, check out the before and after pictures. I recognize myself in quite a few of those before pictures. I'm like, that is exactly what I look like. And the picture on the after is exactly what I would like to look at. So eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that. But if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. Save big during Sono Bello's Friends and Family Holiday and Fall Savings Event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/pinkshade. That's sonobello.com/pinkshade. sonobello.com/pinkshade. In this holiday season, I'm thankful for Honey Love because Honey Love has revolutionized the bra and shapewear game. You guys, it used to be that my in the house bra and my out of the house bra were 2 separate things. But now with Honey Love, their bras are so comfortable that the bra I use to lounge around the house in or sleep in is the same one I'll wear to a party. It's incredible. And this is because Honey Love's bras feature the supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwire without sacrificing lift. I like the V-neck bra. It has the molded cups that are designed to lift everything up, but it's not like a shelf where you get that uniboob. You got to try it. Their shapewear uses targeted compression, so you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating. You don't have to stress when you need to wear shapewear now to a holiday party where you're like, oh, I'm going to be so uncomfortable, because it's not. It's comfortable. So gift yourself the gift of comfort. Plus, now until December 4th, Honey Love is giving you 60% off site-wide. That's right. From now until December 4th only, Honey Love is giving up to 60% off site-wide. It's their biggest sale of the year. So treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market and save up to 60% site-wide at honeylove.com/pinkshade until December 4th only. Inventory is limited and the sale ends soon. So don't miss their best deals of the year. And after you purchase, they'll say, hey, where'd you hear about Honey Love? Please tell them that Pink Shade sent you. You got to support your boobs and you got to support the show and say, Pink Shade sent me. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style. Thanks to Honey Love. Visit honeylove.com/pinkshade to shop the sale and let them know we sent you. Okay, let's move on to Sam and Crystal. Okay. Sam is 29. He's an EMT. Crystal is 29. And she is in prison for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and they're in Tyler, Texas. Keisha, how far is Tyler, Texas from you?
3 hours and 17 minutes.
I had a couple of friends in college that were from Tyler, Texas.
I don't know anyone from Tyler, Texas.
Not that
Lee
Agnew, Tyler, Texas. Right. Kelly Gallerano, Tyler, Texas. I just came up with 2
How
people.
is it that you know more people from Tyler, Texas than I do?
Because I went to Ole Miss, and a lot of girls go to Ole Miss that are from Texas. A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. So, all right. So he's an EMT, and he's has just dropped somebody off at the urgent care, it seems, with his partner, Kevin. And so Kevin says, well, how's it going? How's the wife? And he goes, yeah, she calls me all the time, right on time. Sure does. Now, immediately, I think Sam is a Southerner, but no, he's just putting the shit on. He's from the Northwest. He's not a Southerner.
Yeah, I'm from Texas, and I don't even talk like that.
Yeah, he's putting it on. I didn't like that. Don't fake it.
I don't like a fake accent. Like, It is what it is.
Yeah. So, he tells us Crystal is the love of his life. He was married before to his high school sweetheart, but you could tell he made her very unhappy. So it was best to get divorced.
Yeah.
And we see pictures of them and they look like
Mm-hmm.
goth.
Yes, they did.
They look like goth and sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he said it was best to divorce so they didn't kill each other. And he says he was living in the Northwest. He was looking for a pen pal in Texas because those women are the most beautiful, most honest, and most raw women.
We are, as you guys see every Monday when you hear me talk or see me on YouTube on this show.
Yeah.
It's all true.
It's all true.
I like, what's his name again? Because,
Sam.
at this point, I don't know their names. What is it?
Sam.
Sam is correct. But also, I don't want to have a medical emergency and Sam and his little bitty body comes to the house because I'm like, how's he going to lift me up? Like, he itty bitty.
He's little. Kevin looked like he could pick you up, though.
Kevin. Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin could.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I did notice when we meet Crystal that she has Samuel tattooed in cursive on her arm.
Is that what they see? That is why you're Mary Payne Gilbert, because I thought that shit said Savannah.
No, it says Samuel, and I did watch it on I watched it on my TV. I didn't watch it on the screen. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know why.
And I watched it twice. I thought and I was so confused. I'm like, she doesn't have kids. I'm like, was Savannah her mom? Like, I really thought that said Savannah.
No.
Okay,
that is funny. That is funny. So, okay, high school sweetheart, Texas. Okay, so talking to Eddie, they're both kind of telling the story about how after 3 months of talking, how they met, and he says, because she's like, he reached out to me, and I couldn't believe like this good-looking guy would want to talk to me, and I was like,
right.
And
we'll stick with guy wanted to talk to her.
I mean, some of the pictures he did look good-looking,
not the ones that I saw that he sent to her.
Some of the pictures, but then I was like, okay, well, all right. He does have nice eyes.
If you're in prison, and
he's a professional, so all these things are good. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So he says, after he met her for the first time, he decided he would move to Texas and figure out how to marry an inmate. I'm sure his family was thrilled.
Well, I love the point where he said, I never thought I would be friends with an inmate, and I never thought I would date an inmate, but you went on and meet a inmate website. So
to meet one, to be friends with one,
to be something with one.
I
don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't know. I don't get it, Sam.
So in the talking head, she tells us she is serving a 14-year sentence in Gatesville, Texas. Do you know where that is?
3 hours away from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Yes.
She's in Gatesville, Texas. She got married at 19, and they were in an addiction-filled relationship. And she stabbed him in the head with a kitchen knife, Keisha, right in the forehead.
Okay. So
she's in prison for a long time, but this guy didn't die.
It was attempted fucking murder in a way.
But that's not her charge. Her charge is not attempted murder; is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and she's in there for 14 years. That's a long time.
Mary Payne, do you think she got the knife and like held his neck and then just tried to slice him across the forehead? What did she do? Like,
I don't know. It seems to me like she just picked it up and went at him and got him in the forehead. And like, does he have brain damage now? Like, what happened?
Yeah, that's pretty intense right there. And
so it makes she wonder, was going to do it across the throat, but then she did it on the head.
No, I didn't think she grabbed his throat and just sliced him across the forehead.
Oh,
yeah, I know. But here's my thing. Samuel said that he divorced his wife because they were possibly going to kill each other. So then you go to a prisoner who literally got a knife and either stabbed or sliced this man's forehead. Do you know how much blood it like can you imagine? There's a lot of blood vessels right here in the forehead area.
We gotta find this man and see how big is that scar across his forehead.
I know.
Can he grow some bangs?
He could get some fake ones.
Yeah. I'm going to need to know more about this stabbing somebody in the forehead.
I don't want to know because it creeps me out, but I feel like we need to know exactly how she did this. Because there's a lot of ways you can stab someone in the forehead.
You and I came up with very different scenarios in our minds. So other people probably thought something totally different than we did.
We need to know the truth.
So, okay. So she's just like, yeah, so I was out in the cabin and it was crazy. She's just smiling like that was crazy when that happened.
She has crazy eyes to me.
She kind of does. Yeah. And
Mhm.
so she calls him and they do kind of like, hey, boo boo, he boo boo, the
Mhm.
wifey, bam, 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 a little bit. And Kevin walks in and he's talking on the phone to Crystal and he says, I'm excited. I'm going out this weekend, with my buddy Cameron. I haven't seen him
Mhm.
in a while. And she goes, I don't like that. I don't like you going out with Cameron. I feel like he's always trying to get you to go around girls. And when they hang up, Kevin says, do you think she's talking to other guys in there? Like she just have
Right?
other like phone, whatever. I mean, at some
Mhm.
point they got married. So they are married.
Yeah, they did. They are
Yeah.
married. Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know. It's part of the trust. I mean, there's no way to know, right? It's just part of the trust you have to have. And
But she's upset about him going out, even though she's the one locked up. But here's the stupid thing that they always do this.
Mhm.
Why do you even tell the person in prison where you're going and who you're hanging out with?
Right.
It's not like they're going to find out.
They can't have your location on.
No.
And if they call you and you're up in the club, just run outside for a second.
Yeah, because in
Yeah.
the club, we're all thin.
That's right.
Okay.
So in the talking head, he says, Crystal, she could be a jealous little munchkin. She doesn't want me to go out and be social. It's like she's the puppet master and it's hard to be the puppet, but she's the woman I love. And then he's showing some correspondence he sends to her, like it's 10 days before our wedding. And he starts like sobbing.
Sobbing. I
And
can't.
he goes, yeah, it just makes me realize how much I love her. And I know her release date is 7 years from now,
No.
but
Mm-mm.
he says, I'm willing to at least attempt to wait.
Okay, that's not very promising.
That's a lot of
Attempt to
ifs.
wait. Yes,
Attempts.
it is. Yeah. He's not sure about this.
He's willing to attempt it to wait. So,
Yeah.
in the talking head, she says, yeah, I do love him, but I don't trust him. We've been married for 2 years, but it's only surface because we've never had like the sex or the physical
Right.
or that in-person bond. And, I think he probably has some secrets, because I'm not going to be completely honest with him.
Here we go.
Now, we already know from what's coming up that she's very into money. So she definitely probably's got some guys on the side. Definitely.
Okay. Here.
She'd be like Lizzie and is going to have to get an assistant to keep track of all the things.
And she probably doesn't pay the assistants though, because that bitch looks scary to me. She has dead eyes.
She does look a little scary.
She does, even with the glasses on. Like usually you throw a pair of glasses on someone, they look like a sexy librarian or something like that. Like she looks like a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, I think it's too bad in prison. Like you can't wear your contacts; you got to wear your glasses all the time.
And don't they give you like prison issues glasses? Like
I think you got
your normal glasses.
No, I think you don't get to pick your frames. It's not Warby Parker. So we open this next scene. We come back from commercial, and it literally says across the screen, 7 years until release. Wow.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like 1 day out or 10 days till release. This is 7 years.
Yeah. I mean, so we could be following this couple for a while.
I hope not. So the phone rings and it's Riri and he answers and he goes, hey, Riri. And Riri says, can you bring me a few things from the store? And he says, get fucked. And just laughs and laughs and goes, okay. He goes, all right, I will. Okay, I'll be there soon, Riri. I was like,
I'm almost offended as someone who's from Texas.
Yeah.
That in his head, that is how we all sound, like country bumpkins. Like we do not sound like that.
It didn't even sound Southern. It sounded like country bumpkin. You're right.
Yeah, he needs. We want to hear your real voice. Like it's gonna come out. They're gonna get into an argument, and his real voice is gonna creep out.
That's right. So he says Rita is his closest friend in Texas. It's Crystal's grandma, and we see her house. Do we think he lives at her house?
I was wondering the same thing because when he was putting up like the stuff that he got for her, I'm like, he kind of looks like he may live there.
Because he went in the other room. He went in the other room to change. But it could have just been he brings his clothes with him because after work he goes to Riri's. I don't know.
Possibly.
So, but he worked 65 hours a week. He didn't have any time to go to Riri's.
Jesus.
So we see her. We see her house. Now, the first thing I see is that she has word art that says beach house.
Yes.
To which I looked up. Tyler, Texas is nowhere near the beach.
I mean, Mary Payne, you don't have to be near the beach to love beach aesthetic.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, Darby did her whole house in beach aesthetic. I remember when she first got that new house
Yeah,
on Real
she
Housewives of
did.
Potomac. She's
Yep,
like, "It's the beach
she
theme." I
did.
was like, what's your beach? Is it the Potomac River? Because that's all we got.
Yep. Yep.
So, in the talking head, he says, Rita comes as a package deal with Crystal. And if you're not willing to look after Rita in the best way that you can, Crystal won't be satisfied with you. And Rita and I at this point are a symbiotic organism that just works together.
Okay, what?
Like two things in the ocean that just work together. Okay.
Oh. That woman had a whole cane. Like
I can no.
This is really weird, and it takes a lot for me to get weirded out. I was a little bit weirded out by this whole.
I was weirded out, but Crystal tells us that her mother died 3 months after she went to prison, which is really sad.
Yes,
and her dad was never in her life, and she was an only child, so she really ever only had her grandma Rita. And Sam and Rita have a great relationship, and like she loves that. I think we are going to find out.
Kind of like it got weirder.
It gets weird.
The more they talked.
It gets weird. In the talking head, Rita says, well, Sam's just great. He helps me with everything, all the chores and everything. He's heaven sent. So now they joke around about Crystal being jealous of their relationship. And is she the first wife or the second wife? And in the talking head, she says, listen, when he first came around, I think he thought there was going to be more to this relationship. And I just told him I'm not interested in that.
Like, what did he do to make you feel that way?
And is she joking and she just has a deadpan sense of humor and we don't know her well enough to know that?
Well, I don't know, because there seemed to be a twinge of jealousy whenever they were talking about the first wife, second wife. She goes, well, am I the first wife? Like,
yeah,
this is kind of ick.
It's
a little bit. It's a little icky.
It's a joke that I would never say get fucked to like an 85-year-old woman. I mean,
well, my mouth, so I can't make that promise that I would say. But it was kind of weird that's your wife's grandma.
It's too familial.
Too familiar.
Yeah. So Rita says, are you willing to wait 7 more years? And, I worry because you guys fight and mostly about money. And then he tells us that he has spent about $102,000 on her in the last 4 years. He works 65 hours a week. And all that extra money goes to the commissary for her to watch movies and TV shows. And of course, we see her going, oh, yeah, last week I binged a show is the best. I was like, okay, so she's just take. This girl.
Well, do you think it was like Prison Brides?
I wanted to know what it was.
Something like that. Yeah, I wanted to know what the show was too. Yeah.
So she spent
why do women kill or something like that?
She spent $82 on it. So I was like, that's a lot of downloading. I wonder if it was like Breaking Bad, all the seasons.
Something like that, yeah. Or maybe all the seasons of Love After Lockup.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. No.
So he goes, I don't know. When we get together in person, we'll see. Like maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe it'll be a shit show. And in the talking head, Rita goes, before Sam came along, I was in charge with all the financing of Crystal. So actually, this is pretty good for me that he's around because
it's a good deal.
She wants a lot of stuff.
And he helps me out around the house and flirts with me a little bit.
Tells me I'm hot. So we see some more signs. I'm not sure if you saw these, but I'm always checking out the word art. And we see one that said relax.
I saw that one.
Home Sweet Home.
I saw that one.
Amazing Grace.
I didn't see that one.
When she was outside talking, that was behind her. That was an outdoor word art.
Outdoor word art. Okay.
And then, of course, don't forget, welcome to Rita's Beach House.
I did not see welcome to Rita's Beach House.
Well, I'm just saying the sign said Beach House, but the implication is welcome to Rita's Beach House.
Welcome to Rita's Beach. Got you.
Rita's been to Home Goods. Okay. So did you notice that when he was putting stuff in the fridge was completely empty except for one shelf had condiments on it. That was it.
I did. Yeah.
It was like the fridge was brand new and the other one had just died and she had to get a brand new one and she was able to keep like 4 things like Aunt Jemima syrup and something else.
Yeah.
Like, what has she been eating?
Like, do they do like HelloFresh? Do they do a lot of door dashing? Like, what is going on?
There was nothing. Or is this like an Airbnb for filming and they didn't have any food there?
I didn't pick up on Airbnb vibes. You're always real quick with that.
Because it looked lived in. Other than that.
It did.
It was weird.
I don't know. I guess we'll see next week when they show the house again.
Yes, we'll find out. Y'all, you know my love language is gifts. I love to find the perfect gift for somebody that they wouldn't necessarily get for themselves. For holidays this year, I'm getting my sisters-in-law cashmere cotton throws from Quince. Quince is my go-to for affordable, beautiful, wonderful, very, very thoughtful gifts. You guys, they have everything. They've got 14 karat gold jewelry. They've got those Mongolian cashmere sweaters. You guys, think about getting somebody a Mongolian cashmere sweater for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. Their mind will be blown. And these sweaters start at $50. And again, they've also got these Italian leather handbags, these European linen sheet sets. They have so many amazing things. You know, Quince is on the nice list because they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. So that's why, you know, it feels like luxury in every piece. Gift luxury this holiday season without the luxury price tag. Go to quince.com/pinkshade for 365-day returns and free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/pinkshade to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade. And at the end, they'll say, how did you hear about us? Click podcast and click Pink Shade. Thanks. So in the talking head, she says next month, she's going to meet up with the parole board, and there's something she hasn't told Sam.
Like, what is it?
Definitely, she's got these other guys that are giving her money.
Well, why do you even need to tell him that?
Well, let's see. She's meeting with the parole board, and there's something she hasn't told Sam. So maybe it means she's gotten in trouble in prison. So her parole is probably going to be denied. It's not like 90% sure she'll get it. If she's done something violent in prison, then they're not going to let her out.
Well, we know what she could do with a kitchen utensil, so I won't put anything past her right there.
Or she did drugs in prison or something and got in trouble for that.
She looks like she runs a prison gang, is what she looks like.
She kind of does. She kind of does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to Kate and Hunter. And
oh boy.
First of all, Hunter is hot.
He is
hot.
That he is. I also read he has 2 kids.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you read that on the Reddit?
No, it was on the Love After Lockup Instagram page. They kind of like did a breakdown of the couples a little bit.
Really?
And his was the only one that I saw something that we didn't learn from the show. Everything else we got from the first episode. But yeah, he's got 2 kids.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So we meet Kate and Hunter. Okay. They're in Scottsdale, Arizona. So she's in the car with her cute dog, and she goes to meet with this dog trainer, Jose. And of course, Jose says, he's not doing as good as he normally does. Would your dog be stressed for any reason? Now tell me your story. It's like so stupid.
Yeah.
Jose
they totally talked about that.
Jose should have worn like his name of his business on his shirt or something to get some promo.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
So she goes, yeah, I think the dog is stressed because he feels the energy shifting because Hunter's about to get out of prison. That dog didn't know that.
Yeah, that has no idea that is going on unless you're just acting a plumb fool at home because he's getting ready to come out. That dog has no clue. That dog is a husky and probably was like, why the fuck am I in Arizona? Like, I need to be in Alaska. It is too hot. You want me to come out here and see and do training?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that made me cry. That gave me a good point. Okay. So, so she says that yes, Hunter is sexy and charming. She's like, have you seen him? I mean, come on now. Yeah, she met him at a local coffee shop. He was the barista. And she says, we dated casually for a year before he went in. And we see lots of pictures of them like smooched up and his hand on her ass and stuff. And talking Eddie says, my interest in Kate was sex oriented. But then we actually formed a real relationship. And he says, yeah, I was charged with driving under the influence of pot 3 times back to back to back. But we see his other charges, and they are as follows. Aggravated DUI, driving with a suspended license, identity theft, forgery, credit card theft, burglary in the 2nd degree, shoplifting, and the kicker, aggravated assault.
They never like to focus on the assault thing. I don't know if that's like a production thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. And maybe they just don't want to talk about that because
we got to get that over on
know.
Prison Brides with the murderers and stuff.
Something like that. Yeah. But when you first started like reading off his charges, I'm like, are we talking about Hunter or Karen Hooger? Because suspended license, driving under the influence, like Karen.
So here's what I'm thinking. So aggravated DUI means he'd gotten 3 in a row, but I think he probably lost his license on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So then he was driving with the suspended license. And then I bet he either got somebody's license, pretended it was his, like got a fake one. And that's the identity theft and the forgery. I can't account for credit card theft, burglary, second-degree shoplifting. All of that could have happened from his barista job. He could have been like lifting credit card receipts. But aggravated assault, there's no explanation for that.
Nope, there's not. He's most definitely a bad boy.
So he's been incarcerated since November of 2022. So he calls her and he's like, listen, I got to tell you, I ran into a little problem in prison. She goes, what is it? And he goes, well, you know, I got in trouble with one of my sugar mamas. What?
Oh, boy.
What? So then we find out that he has a bunch of sugar mamas that she helped him get. What? And she said,
it is like helping your husband cheat.
It's crazy. She says, I signed him up for writer prisoner because, you know, it takes a lot of money to be in there. And I'm a yoga teacher and I can't support him financially. So he goes, listen, here's what happened. You know, I've been really good. I've kept it under control. But I had this video visit with this one girl and they got flirty and pulled out some sex toys and it got X-rated. And I got written up for sexual activity on the camera. And she's like, oh my God, what? But she's not that upset. Like basically he's fucking some other girl.
And didn't he say like someone heard him? So I was like, oh, things got pretty. I mean, basically he was self-pleasing himself.
Sounds like
I'm sure. And they heard that and he got caught.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she can't get upset about that. He's trying to make money. But my question is, when he gets out, you're still just going to be a yoga instructor. How do you expect for him to make money? He's going to lose all of his sugar mamas.
OnlyFans? I don't know.
I don't know.
So she goes, you know, I feel bad for those women, but it is what it is. So he goes, look, it's going to be fine. I think the most that would happen would be I'll get a sanction of 30 ERCs. And she goes, what is that? And he goes, early release credits. So we don't know if 30 ERC means 30 days,
right?
30 months, 30 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, I don't know. I think maybe you just need to start the process of breaking up with these chicks. And he goes, yeah, I should let them all down. And she goes, yeah. He goes, you're over it, huh? And he goes, but you know, in all honesty, like I need them. I need them to eat and make phone calls. Mm-hmm. And she goes, well, how much are you getting from these girls? He goes, I don't know, like $2,000 a month. And he says, you know, he said it's tricky because all of these women think they're going to be with me when I get out. And they all think they're picking me up.
Oh shit. Why would you even tell them like your real release date? Like you're in a position where you can lie.
They can look it up.
That's so true. They can
look it up. Oh, so he tells us, he goes, yeah, like, I mean, it's not great that I'm doing this, but you know, it's a great way to make money in here. And, you know, at one point I had 40 women and I had to narrow it down to my roster is now a strong 10, but, you know, yeah, I'm sorry about it. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, so let's just say they filmed this a year ago or 8 months ago or whatever. Imagine when all these other women who have been writing with him and sexting with him and sending him money and all this and think they're the only one see this, that he's on the show with this other woman. And now we're going to find out there's another woman.
Yeah, that's a lot. And why do you need $2,000 a month when you're in prison?
I don't know. To gamble and you can win all that money like Rob. I don't know. The other Rob.
Okay.
Rob and Tinny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he says, yeah, they think they're all bae, wifey. You know, they all think they're going to pick me up. It's kind of a mess. It's a big mess. It's a big mess.
What if they all show up?
he's going to really, the thing is that we've seen on this show, the women just call up the prison. Like, I'm looking for this person. Is he out? Oh yeah, he gets out in the morning. So they can find out.
Yeah.
And she goes, will you please send me a list of these women? And he goes, yeah, you're not going to contact them though. She goes, probably not.
So why do you need the list?
I'd want the list. I'd be looking them up to see if they're better looking than me.
Okay, I would do that too.
Okay. So he says, listen, you're the only one I've ever been like super honest and open with. I really want you to know how much I love and appreciate you, that I'm able to like talk openly with you. And she goes, yeah, okay, well, you need to handle this and no more risks to your release date with these women. He's like, yeah, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
She says she just loves him and he makes her feel brave and smart and strong and sexy. And she's never considered marriage until she met him.
I don't know why a prisoner would ever make you want to consider marriage.
Girl.
This motherfucker's not even free.
But I mean, they have had lots of sex before. So
it must have been really damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
maybe he fucked her through the wall.
Maybe right through the wall. Maybe
that's wall. And then her yoga poses and all that too.
She's very limber. Yeah. So very bendy. So in the talking head, he says, I'm hopeful I'll be with Kate for the rest of my life. I am. But, it's gotten complicated with one of the women. And if Kate finds out, she's going to blow a gasket.
So, I mean, it's safe to say that he's got complete interest in another woman.
We switch to this other woman. Okay. And we see her phone and it says, my hubby. Now, you don't all know, like bae, wifey, hubby, we use all these things, but sometimes they really are married.
Oh,
remember, sometimes they do that, like on the paper, they get married. So, we switched to another woman. So her phone says my hubby, and we could see her dog, we could see her house, and they show just a little bit of the side of her face, and they show a little bit of her face next on the previews, and she's not as hot as Kate.
Well, we haven't seen like a full face.
Yeah. I'm just saying, from what we saw, she doesn't look as hot as Kate, but maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe he's not after that. Maybe he is after for a week or so, and then he'll flee like the rest of them do.
Always. This is going to be pretty juicy.
It's going to be very juicy. So this season on, we get a lot of quick cuts about what's going to happen, but we do see, of all the quick cuts, we do see that Rob and Tia, brother of Tisha, brother-in-law of Toya. I got all that right.
That's a lot.
We do see that he gets out of prison.
And the fighting soon starts after he gets released.
Yeah, they're at a hotel, and then she's mad because he wants to go see his family. And
now that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Be mad, but she wasn't that mad about the strippers.
No. That's fine. Strippers,
but the family was way too much. Now you're going too far.
Now you want to have a cookout with your family and everybody makes some burgers.
That's just too much. I can't do this. Yeah.
You can have burgers at the strip club with your family. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. Not at my house. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. Well, thank you, Keisha. And what's happening over on the Libra Lounge with Keisha? Keisha's podcast, you guys, the Libra Lounge with Keisha. What's happening over there? There's a lot of news to report. Pop culture.
Yeah.
News.
There's a new episode out where we talked Jay-Z. Some of that.
That dumbass letter he put out.
I know.
Zip it. Let your lawyer talk.
We'll have a new show coming out this Tuesday. Not sure what I will be talking about, but we will have a new 1,000 Pound Sisters recap. And I think we're down to the last 2 episodes of this nothing burger of a season.
I was going to say, are you guys going to talk about the Machine Gun Kelly, Megan Fox breakup?
Yeah, because I saw it, but then my interest really peaked whenever Brian Austin Green kind of got involved with it too.
Oh, what did he say? I didn't see that. What did he say?
He's just like, Machine Gun Kelly needs to fucking grow up and this and that. I mean, now it's getting juicy. Like when it becomes like messy like that, I'm interested in it. Yeah. So,
well, I heard, I listened to the Smith sisters on XM. They have a podcast now. You should look into that.
Who is it?
They're called the Smith sisters.
Okay.
And they are 3 sisters, and they are just very, very smart, and they all work in entertainment, and they're hilarious. Okay. So they were talking about the Machine Gun Kelly thing, and they said their understanding was that she saw something on her phone that was, incomprehensible or something. So they were like, what could these are people that wear each other's blood around their neck, and she poured
Yes, they do.
gasoline oil all over
Yeah.
herself to announce the baby announcement. Like what for them what could it be? And they were like, well, maybe it's like opposite world. So maybe it's like a picture of like bunnies and kittens. And she was like, that's it. I can't take it.
That's just too sweet for me. I can't. I mean, to me, once he got like half his body inked black.
So weird.
To me, that says do not breed with this person. There's no reason to breed because this person has some major fucking issues. And he needs to be focused a little bit more on his actual career than all this stupid shit he keeps doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what it was, but it was something that was unforgivable, deplorable, whatever. So of course your mind goes to the worst places of what it could be that she saw.
But you're
right. Was like, that's the line.
Yeah. But you're right.
What is the line with them?
Yeah, you're right. It probably was a fucking puppy with a bow on it. She said that fucking bow is pink. That's too much. You've done too much. I can't do this anymore. And she's already like supposedly dating someone else.
What? I didn't hear that.
Yes. That's been the latest. Like she's supposed to be dating someone else already.
This happened around Thanksgiving, they said, the breakup.
This is too much.
Girl, take a minute. Take a beat.
How about this? How about have the baby? And then let's like think about all this other shit, Have the baby first. Enjoy your pregnancy. But that's not Hollywood.
All right. Well, I'll be interested in what you guys have to say about that. Cool. And everybody follow Keisha Instagram, the Libra Lounge with Keisha, and please follow me at Pink Shade Pod. I am going to put together a reel about this show because it's new people, and sometimes I feel the need to take to the reels to talk about the new people.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
As long as I look cute in the reel.
As long as you look cute. That's all that matters. I was excited I got to use my record scratch this episode, by the way.
I know you love a good record scratch. Yes, I do too.
I do. And coming up this week, Kimberly's back to do 90 Day Before the 90 Days. And I have Mandy Slutzker from Is This Real Life to talk Bravo and pop culture on Thursday. Of course, I'm recording with Amy and Ace Fanning on next week. That's exciting. I'm just trying to think of some exciting things coming up. And Ingrid and I are covering Sold on SLC over on Pink Shade Prime. I'm having a great time doing that. That show's really good.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. You can watch it. It's on right after Salt Lake. Can you watch Salt Lake?
I still haven't watched Salt Lake from last week. I'm going to save it for Monday because nothing is on Monday nights. But these girls are fucking, this is how you do Real Housewives is what they're doing over there. It is perfection. Whereas Roni, they do not need another season.
Well, Roni, I was kind of okay with this last episode because now something's happening. Now that Uba got mad and claimed she was going to leave, and she's
always mad.
Had too much money to stay there. I was like, how do you have too much money? Because your rich boyfriend?
Because the wigs that you wear don't say rich. The clothes that you wear don't say rich either. That small ass apartment doesn't scream rich as what. What is rich about? Yeah, your boyfriend is rich. I'm sick of her and I'm sick of Bryn. Both of them.
Bryn.
Oh my God. As much as I loved her first season,
me too.
I cannot stomach her this season. I just can't do it.
Same thing. The second season, I'm like, you're not getting it like you were. Anyway, I think it's going to be interesting to see what is the big fight because, Jessel said on some panel she was on, Jessel said somebody gets sent home on a plane from Puerto Rico.
Holy shit.
So who's it going to be? I think it's going to be
Bryn or Uba.
Bryn or
Uba. Yeah, most definitely. Because everyone else is pretty okay. Yeah. Those two, they love to fight about nothing. It's just crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, Sold on SLC, Bravo this Thursday. And that's what's happening. And make sure you're following me and following Keisha. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.